Good morning and happy Thursday, everyone. How are you doing today? Now that we did our greeting song, we shook our sillies out, we're feeling ready, our brains are ready, let's do a pretzel breath. So let's get our feet all tangled up, our legs all twisted. Let's twist up our arms. Let's squeeze our bodies. Once you have your body squeezed up tight, take a deep breath. And let it out as you untangle. Oh, that felt good. All right, let's turn into pretzels again. Let's twist our legs, twist our arms. Let's squeeze. Squeeze your body as tight as you can. Take a deep breath. And let it out as you untangle again. Let's do it one more time. Be the twistiest pretzel you can be. Twist our legs, twist our arms. We're gonna get really tight and squeeze. Take a deep breath and let it go and unravel your body. Now that you are human again, let's sit down, get cozy, and let's say good morning to all of our friends. Let's start with Nolan Germain. Good morning, Nolan. Let's say good morning to Lucy. Good morning, Lucy. Let's say good morning to Nolan Morales. Good morning, Nolan Morales. Let's say good morning to Emmy. Good morning, Emmy. Let's say good morning to Kristani. Good morning, Kristani. Let's say good morning to John. Good morning, John. Let's say good morning to Miss Erica. Good morning, Miss Erica. Let's say good morning to Olivia. Good morning, Olivia. Let's say good morning to Lucas Acosta. Good morning, Lucas. Let's say good morning to Conrad. Good morning, Conrad. Let's say good morning to Zara. Good morning, Zara. Let's say good morning to James. Good morning, James. Let's say good morning to Lucas Hall. Good morning, Lucas. Let's say good morning to Sari. Good morning, Sari. Let's say good morning to Nora. Good morning, Nora. Let's say good morning to Isabella. Good morning, Isabella. Let's say good morning to Dream. Good morning, Dream. Let's say good morning to Ava. Good morning, Ava. Let's say good morning to Ariana. Good morning, Ariana. And let's say good morning to Miss Jen. Good morning, my friends. I really do truly miss saying good morning to you and seeing all of your faces and hearing your voices. But I'm loving all of the videos that you're sending me. It makes me have the biggest smile on my face whenever I get a video or a picture of you. And I really do love it, and I want you to know that. It's making all of this very easy for me. All right, my friends. Now, let's count. Let's make sure we've got to have all 20 friends all on the board. So let's find out. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Did we have all 20 friends today? Yes, we did. Now, before we find that number, I want to talk about something. Do you notice how when we count, I go very slow and I make sure I point to each friend as we count? This is important when you're counting, so you are making sure that you are counting the right amount of people. If I was counting super duper fast and I was going so fast that my finger I couldn't even keep up with my finger, I wouldn't be able to count the correct number of people. I might think that there's more or less than there actually was. So it's very important when you're counting to slow down and go as slow as your finger is moving. So next time you're counting a lot of things, try that and see how it works. All right, let's find the number 20. Is this the number 20? No, it's not. What number is this? 15. All right, let's try again. Is this the number 20? No, it's not. What number is this? 13. Let's see. Is this the number 20? Yes, it is the number 20. 2 and 0. 20. Nice job. I love it when everybody's here and participating. All right, my friends, you know what time it is. It's time to wish everyone well. So let's do that. Take everyone, scoop everyone up. Put them in your heart. And take a deep breath. Now let's send all of our positive thoughts to everybody in our classroom. Hoping that you're safe and healthy and happy. And I'm wishing everyone well for this long weekend. Because my friends, we have a long weekend. I know it's Thursday today, and usually we do have school on Fridays. But tomorrow, we're going to take a day off from school. We're going to give you some time to relax and spend time with your family. Isn't that exciting? It's not as exciting for me because I don't get to teach with you, but I hope you enjoy yourselves. And that is something to look forward to. So now that we've wished everybody well, let's learn our last definitions for our chick study. Because after this, we are all done. We're moving on to a new study on Monday. Try to take some guesses. What do you think our next study will be about? What do you think we'll learn about? I would love to know what your guesses are. All right, our first word is chick. Does anybody happen to know what a chick is? I'm not sure. This one might be a little tough for you guys. Oh, so you do know what a chick is. A chick is a newly hatched chicken. It's a baby chicken. That's right. So did we have chicks in our classroom and in Miss Erica's home? Yes. And how many chicks did we have? We had 10. That's right. And Miss Erica brought them to the farm today. So we have to say bye to our chicks. They're going to have lots of fun on that farm with all the other little baby chicks. They're going to get to grow up and grow old, and then maybe we'll have their eggs another time in our classrooms in the future. All right, the next word is rooster. Does anyone remember what a rooster is? I'll give you a hint. Is it a boy or a girl? That's right. A rooster is a male chicken. That means that he is a boy. Roosters are the boys. And they're usually the ones that say cock-a-doodle-doo. Our last word is hen. Does anyone know what a hen is? I'll give you another hint. It's the opposite of what a rooster is. Yes, a hen is a female chicken. A female chicken, meaning it's a girl. She's the one that lays the eggs. Isn't that exciting? I wonder how many of our chicks, our baby chicks, were roosters, and I wonder how many were hens. Guess we'll never know. But it's always nice to take a guess. Okay, now before I leave you for the weekend, let's talk about some of the activities you did at home yesterday, because I noticed you all had so much fun. I was having so much fun watching the videos of you balancing things on your heads and sending in pictures. I wish that I was there to see it in person. So Nolan Germain, he was able to balance one big pillow on his head, and that was pretty silly. He did try to balance two, but it got a little tricky and it fell. But he was successful at balancing one. Amazing job, Nolan. That's great. Conrad said he could balance 2 small balls in his hands. Interesting. The balls didn't roll off your hands, Conrad? That's crazy. Wow, look at that. Maybe next time you can try to juggle them. Emmy was able to balance 1 shoe. Then she tried to balance 2 pillows. And then she balanced 5 cookies on her head. Can you believe it? Emmy, how did you do that? I'm going to have to start practicing. I'm going to have to go upstairs and practice. James. My goodness, James, I saw your picture and I was blown away. James was able to balance so many of his new Ninja Turtle books on his head. I couldn't even count how many there were because there were so many of them. You must have been standing like a statue to balance all of those books on your head. That's pretty neat. Awesome job. Olivia balanced 1 stuffed animal on her head, and it was a big one. I saw the picture. And after that, she balanced 30 colorful rubber bands on her head. Olivia, you had 30 rubber bands on your head and they didn't fall? Oh my goodness. You are a superstar. That's also amazing work. And last, Ava. I loved your video, Ava. Ava was able to balance 1 book on her head, and then, as she was balancing that book, she tried to put another book on top of it. And she was successful. And then they slipped off of her head. It was really silly. But that was awesome, Ava. I'm so proud of all of you for doing that activity and working really hard. You must have had to really try to freeze your body and stay still to keep those things from falling off of your heads. That's awesome. All right, now let's talk about our family pictures that we made with the apples on our heads. 10 apples up on top. So everyone made their apples, and they drew their family photos, and I loved seeing those pictures. It was really amazing. So let's talk about those next. Lucas Hall drew his family. He had 4 people in his family. His dad had 4 apples on his head. His mom had 2 apples on her head. Lucas had 3 apples on his head. And his meme had 1 apple on her head. Wow, Lucas. Nice job making all the apples on everyone's head. Olivia had 5 people in her family. And Olivia chose to give everybody the same amount of apples. Can you guess how many apples were on everyone's head if she had 5 people in her family? Everyone had 2 apples on their heads. So everyone in Olivia's family were equal. Nice work, Olivia. James drew his family. His mom had 2 apples on her head. His dad had 1 apple on his head. Mackenzie, his older sister, had 1 apple on her head. Baby Jordan, the smallest one in the family, had 3 apples on his head. And James had 4. My goodness. James also included his pet dog, Nacho, because of course dogs are part of the family, and Nacho had 0 apples on his head. And James, I bet you didn't put any apples on his head because you didn't want Nacho to eat them. Nice work, bud. Emmy had 6 people in her family portrait. 3 people had 2 apples on their heads. 1 person had 1 apple on their head. Another person had 3 apples on their head. And the tiniest person that was in her drawing, which I think was supposed to be Junior, had 0 apples on his head. Nice work, Emmy. Conrad had 5 people in his family. And they all had equal apples on their heads, just like Olivia's family. Do you remember how many apples Olivia's family had on their heads?